Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So I want to do this update for you guys because one thing that's really I see happening right now in the stock market is that we have just been in one pretty strong vertical move, as you can see on this chart here, right? So one pretty strong vertical move. And if I squeeze my chart right up, you can see what's really going on here. One thing you see here, right, this big vertical move, this is what you call bubble territory. Okay, this whole move through here has now well overextended itself. Okay, and there will come a point in time when we get a sharp pullback, a very sharp pullback. Because whenever the market goes pretty vertical and we have a very big move up, then that is screaming for a sharp pullback. Now, when that pullback happens, no one knows, right? But by looking at the S&P 500, as we can see this big move up, and also the Nasdaq as well too. This is the Nasdaq. As you can see, right, it's been pretty much vertical to the upside. Whenever that happens, that is screaming something will hit this market. And I'm getting a feeling right now, and it is a feeling. That's all. That is a feeling. It's not that I'm not going to trade based on that feeling, by the way. It's just a feeling that something soon is going to come out in the markets that's going to send this market down. Now, that's going to be the catalyst to send this market down. But how the markets work is that if we ever go for a big run, if we look at the market, right? Look at this here as the market. This is how the markets work. We go for a run, then we have a pullback. We go for a run, then we have a pullback. And then we might go for a big run, right? And then eventually what happens when we go for a snap pullback? If we go have a look at, say, the S&P 500, that's exactly what happened back here, didn't it? Look at this back here, right? We went for a run, a little sideways movement, and then we went for a really strong run. And then what happened? What happened eventually? Or what ended up happening to this here? What happened? We got a sharp pullback through here. Now, a sharp pullback just simply means it's coming back to equilibrium because we've had so much move on the upside. And that sharp pullback, really, if you look at it right, was just a 50 to 60% retracement, and then we continued up. Makes sense? So if we do get a 50% retracement out of this entire move, then yeah, we could see a move back down towards this here. Now that's probably likely going to happen. Now we don't know when that's going to happen, but as soon as we start to sharply turn against this, we're going to see a sharp pullback. It's probably going to be a sharp pullback, and then obviously we're going to monitor it from there, right? Because remember, a sharp pullback just means that. A sharp pullback means that we're shaking and baking, shaking all the market out, getting the market back to equilibrium again. And when the market comes back to equilibrium again, then guess what? Then the buyers might pick it back up here again and then take it back up and go for a run back up to new highs, and so on and so forth, right? So looking at the markets right now, that the S&P 500. We may get one last push to the upside, but watch this volume here, right? Sometimes the volume can give you a bit of an indication of when this upward movement is likely to end. Now, not all the time, but if you have a look here, yeah, it didn't happen there, but sometimes it will, right? Sometimes it will. So by looking at this here, guys, we're likely to get a bit of a shake and bake. And looking at the Dow Jones as well too, the Dow Jones right now has not done enough time going sideways. And what I mean by that is that the market from here to here, this had a big long run up, and now we're just going sideways through here. We need a lot more time going sideways or some sort of a pullback for time and price to be balanced, which means we had this price here. We need a lot more sideways movement out of this before time and price are balanced and before they come back into equilibrium. If we are going to see a 29,000 Dow, we're going to probably see a bit more of a sideways move. That's the reason why we haven't gotten any strong move out of the market yet, because the market is overexhausted on the S&P 500 and the Dow. S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, and now we're getting to a point right now where we're seeing this. So I am expecting to see a sharp pullback. Something will come out of the markets real soon, and it's got the news is and you watch the media will say, oh, because this happened, it's caused the market to have a sharp pullback. Makes sense? And it's like, no, well, it's how the markets work. We're due for a strong pullback anyway. right? But look how vertical this is. We will get a strong pullback. Don't you think that it won't, right? Because every time we go vertical, we're getting too far away from the moving averages, and that's when we start. If I bring this up through here, right? That's when we start. What's the word for it? Start to see a sharp pullback. So we will see some sort of a sharp pullback out of this here. We just don't know when it's going to happen, but something will hit the market pretty soon that's going to cause this just to get back into a bit of an equilibrium, right? We're due for some sort of a strong pullback out of this, and then it'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen with that. Bring on the volatility, I say. Bring on the volatility, because this thing has just gone up too much, too far, and by the way, guys, the question I've got to ask you, is it going to be sell in May and go away? Right? Because right now, we're getting almost into May right now, and it's getting to that point, isn't it? It's getting to that point right now where it's getting to May. Is it sell in May and go away? May, June, July, are we about to go through a bit of a pullback / sideways phase for quite some time over the next couple of months? Because I'm telling you right now, we've actually had so much movement upside. It's due to have at least a couple of months worth of a pullback or sideways phase or something like that, so the market can refill again, because the market is tired. The market is overextended, and we will get some sort of pullback. Now, we may go up for a little bit longer here, right? One last little push, but the market is looking very tired. The market is getting very, very tired, and there's going to be a catalyst to see this market having a sharp pullback, just like we saw here and just like we saw here when the market gets overextended. So this is for the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq that I'm talking about here, okay? Obviously, the individual stocks are doing what the individual stocks are doing. I don't care what the S&P 500 or the Dow or the Nasdaq look like. If I get an amazing buy signal on my stock charts, I'm gonna take that, because that's the market there. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about these markets and what's happening right now. Again, I'm talking about the indices right now, not individual stocks, but this is the individual here. We will see a sharp correction soon. The question is when. Before you go, I am giving away a free trial to the Master Trader Lab with all the different trading courses you can see on the screen right now. So go to mastertraderlab.com right now. I'm running a special over the next few days. So go to mastertraderlab.com to get a free trial to all the different trading courses you can see on the screen right now. So go to mastertraderlab.com.